a little circle as you step out. It's quite nice because what you want to do is get into the habit of doing circular movements, yeah? So you're just going to sink, put most of the weight in one of your legs now, and I'm just going to step out into your stance. So these are parallel stance, so your feet should be parallel railways, pointing forward. You can have a wider stance. Mine is just my shoulder width, which I think is the best. But if you need a horse stance, you want a wider one, you go for it. It's all right, it's good. A horse stance slightly more comfortable for your legs, but if you can stay in the narrow stance, let's go in this parallel stance. All right, so I want you to take all the tick boxes in your head. I'm going to go through them. Let's go from the top all the way up to the bottom, all the way up to the top. All right, okay, so making sure that your feet are flat on the floor, softening your knees. All right, somebody said they don't bend the knees and root. I don't know how. Everything goes upwards for me. So yes, please do soften those knees. Okay, doesn't have to be a squat, just soften them for now. And then you should feel, so if you lengthen your legs and when you soften, you should feel straight away your body weight goes into your feet. All right, a little bit more now. I want you to tilt your tailbone. Okay, it's a rotation of your hip. It's a little bit different from doing this. I don't know whether you can see me. Right, so it's a rotation of your hip. Okay, so you rotate. Okay, so not that. I haven't done anything with tilting. So you want to tilt your tailbone underneath. Okay, so you tilt, and again, when you do that, just going back in my stance, when you tilt your tailbone, you feel more weight going down into your heels. All right, it should do anyway if you've done it right. And but I don't want you to tilt so much that your hip flexors becomes tight. All right, because you just close it. Okay, if you don't believe me, you tilt all the way, and if you poke it, there's no gap anymore. So I want you to, if you put your fingers in it, it's like gap in your hip flexors. Okay, right, not just completely flat against your body. All right, so redistribute those weight, yeah, to the inside of your feet, the ball of your feet, and also your big toe. So push your big toe down too. All right, so now you should be quite easy to maneuver. Yeah, you could quite easily maneuver. If all your weight's in your heel, you're stuck. You can't move. But if you redistribute that weight, then you can move. You can just move. You can just go side to side. All right, so you can move your leg. You can go wherever you want. Yeah, so so you're not just glued to the floor, as it were. All right, okay. So I did say we're working upward, didn't we? All right. You want to loosen this. You don't want to, I know for vanity, you want to squeeze your tummy in, but no, relax it, okay? And also your chest, okay? As if I'm going to give you a punch in your chest. What are you going to do? If I'm going to punch you in your chest, you're not going to stick your chest out to let me punch you, I'm sure. You're going to go in, aren't you? All right, so that's how your chest should be. All right, that means your shoulders shouldn't be there. Should be nice and relaxed. I put my hair back so you can see. So not like this, but as if I punch you in the chest. Okay, if someone punch you in the chest, your chest kind of go in. So nice and relaxed. And now those shoulders, drop them. Not here, drop them. Okay, now we've still got this to sort out. Shouldn't be tilted, tucked slightly underneath. I don't mean this, alright? Don't mean that. Here, still tucked underneath. Okay, finally, going to lift to the top. So you're sinking and you're lifting at the same time. Okay, and there's your yin and yang. Alright. So I hope you're in this position already. If you are, then come with me. So I want you to sink lower if you are able. That means you're sitting in your stance more. I just want you to hold your arms just here. So remember, relax those shoulders. I don't want you to lift your shoulders. Drop them. Drop your elbow, remember? I said about water running down. Not just drip off your arms, but they will run down your arms. And just hold it here and breathe into your tummy. And then breathe out. And tummy should then deflate. You can close your eyes. Or you can imagine that this circle here, it's getting larger and larger without you moving your arms. Just for a little bit more. Feel the connection between these fingers and these fingers. So relax, open the back. So it shouldn't be there, then you close your back. Just relax. And out. So breathing in. I normally breathe in through my nose. And then I breathe out through my mouth. You don't have to. You can just use your nose. And breathe out. All right. Excellent. All right. From your lower abdomen, remember, everything hasn't changed, nothing's changed. I want you to slowly lift. And breathe out. So if you notice, my elbows are dropped. And again. Pull, breathing in. My elbows dropped. Breathing out. So all the time I keep lifting from your crown and sink at the same time. Breathing out. In. Breathe out. Last one. Breathing in. Breathe out. Alright. I just want you to relax your arms for now. Now you shouldn't be behind there. Nice and relaxed, should be at the front somewhere. Just check that you're still in those positions. Alright. All I want you to do, isolate your trunk now and just twist and breathe in. Remember what I said? If you just use your trunk, I'm not using anything else yet. I'm just putting my mind in my trunk, my waist area. So I'm just turning from my trunk area. That means I can't turn very much. Normally I say I use the reference of 5 past or 5 to the hour. So I just want you to, so I don't want you to push around, so remember these are all relaxed. So I just want you to put your mind round this band, right round, including your back. So you just turn in, breathe out, breathing in. So not much going on. If you gauge by where my hands are, yeah, maybe that will help you to see how little movement I am actually doing. So So I'm not looking for this kind of thing, yeah? So I just want you to relax and chill. Just feel the weight going down and you lifting to the top. And just put your mind to your trunk area and everything should be nice and relaxed. So you just breathe in one way and breathe out the other way. Okay, alright. Arms up again. If you can, let's just drop our elbows. So if you drop your elbow, right, your hands comes in automatically. Then I just want you to, if you as if you're squeezing your elbow together, so you should be as if you're holding a tray. Breathing in, and if you drop your elbow, what happens is your hands kind of turn in as you can play a flute. And again, breathe out. As if you're squeezing your shoulders, not your shoulders, your elbows together and out. Remember, I need those eggs underneath your arm, so you're not coming in like this or going out like this, because then you're tensing again. So again, squeeze, as if you're squeezing your elbows together, as if you're holding a tray now. Never lock your elbows though, and just slowly relax, drop your elbow. If you just drop your elbow slowly, your hands does come in automatically. Squeeze your elbows together, breathing in. And drop your elbow one more time. Breathe out. Alright. Very similar movement. Imagine you are a railroad. These are the tracks, the wheels. Circular movement in. Again, what I'm doing is I'm dropping my elbow, but I'm just making circular movement at the same time. Very similar to what I've just done. In. But I'm taking a lot of care not to use my shoulders, making sure that I don't go and squeeze my shoulder blades together. So if you bring your arms too far back, that's what happens, yeah? So you don't want any of those, so you remain nice and relaxed. But a circular movement, breathing in, breathe out. Breathing in, dropping my shoulders and my elbows. Breathe out, squeezing my elbows together as if I'm squeezing, but I'm taking care. I've still got those spaces between my armpit, between my arms and my armpit, so I don't close this. Alright, if you don't believe me, and you just squeeze in, what happens is you tighten the shoulder joint as well, and you don't want to do any of that. Breathing in. Squeeze your elbows together and breathe out. Okay. Beach ball. Breathe in. Still just the trunk. Breathe out. I do not want you to. I don't know whether I can go sideways so you can see a little bit better. So I don't want you to tighten your wrist. So what I'm doing is I'm just going the other way now, because I've just turned sideways. So I'm just going sideways, so my knee hasn't turned, hasn't gone like this. Okay, everything is still the same. Sinking my hip. Breathe out. Breathing in. Just my trunk, I'm not using my hip flexors yet. Breathe out, you go slowly. Breathe in. arms should be very, very still. I just come back in front. Just the trunk. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathe out. Because it's just the trunk, you can go 5 past the hour, 5-2 only. Breathing in. Hopefully, you can feel the connection between your fingers. So as if there's something you are physically holding. Remember, I want those bowed legs. Breathe out. So you're not closing any of your joint. Alright, okay. Let's just go a bit further. But before we do that, I want to make sure that your spine is nice and flexible. Yeah, it's warmed up. So what I want you to do is, I do sink. And then I'm going to gently open my palms, yeah? I'm going to gently open my palms. And I am going to tilt back. Bending my back. In. I'm going to close my palms. I'm going to bring them together just to my lower abdomen. But I am going to bend my back the other way. And out. So I have dropped my head. And again, breathing in. Again, I don't want you to tighten knees though. So try not to push your pelvis, your pelvic forward. Breathe out. I have bent my back a little the other way. So I'm not in my neutral spine position. In. Just mobilize any and breathe out. Bring my palms together. Pressing down my pressure point. I am bending my lower back and my neck. Alright, okay. Let's go back into your beach ball again. Alright. This time, when you sink, when you rotate, I would like you to start shifting weight. So before 50-50, now when you shift the weight, so now this leg have 70, I haven't done very much, and what I'm doing is I'm sinking, I'm finding this hip, my tailbone now sitting on that side of my heel. But because my physical weight is on this side of my leg, I'm putting my mind in this side of my leg, so not all my weight are going in the same direction. If you've noticed, I've come along further across. Breathing in. I'm going to do this very slowly so you can think about it. This is now 50-50. I'm starting to shift. When I shift, I drop my hip flexors, I bend them. I open it. Breathe out. So what I mean by opening, so now when I poke it, it's got a deeper gap, all right? If I just stand up straight, I don't have a deeper gap. The more you sink, the more a deeper gap you have in that area. Breathe out. So now back to 50-50. If you want to have a little rest, you can, and go back into it. So I'm now sinking on this side. Breathe out. All along, my knee are still facing forward. It hasn't gone twisted in, so the gap between my knees stay the same. It hasn't changed. So what I'm moving from now I'm including my hip flexors, so I'm using my hip flexors to turn. So the more I can drop, the more I can turn with my trunk. So it should look a little bit like this. Breathing in, 50-50. Shifting weight, dropping my... So I'm bending, I'm opening more of my hip flexors or your quad. In. Breathe out. So my arms doesn't need to move. I don't move them across, right? My arms are completely stationary. I'm going to try something. I squeeze my elbows together, breathing in. I'm going to squeeze my elbow together and then drop my elbow just subtly in. Squeeze, breathe out, breathing in, dropping, finding my tailbone to your right heel, breathing in, finding your tailbone to your right. Right, I'm just gonna place it back. Breathe out. We're gonna continue. So your beach ball. All I want you to do, feel the connection between your hands. So you can go up and down, breathing in, especially if your legs are tired. So I want you to sink in, feel opening up both of your hip flexors. Breathe out. Shall I go sideways so you can see? It's difficult to see because it's on the inside, so I'm just going to go back, breathe in. So I sink, I open my back. Doesn't mean I stick my bum out, so I'm sinking, sitting down. Because it's hard work, I'm just going to come back up, have a little chill. Breathing in. Breathe out. Because I'm going up and down, you probably can see that I haven't moved my arm up and down. Neither. Shouldn't have anyway. Breathing in. So I'm going to open my back. Oh, I shouldn't be looking at the camera because I just distort my posture. I'm going to come round back at the front. So if you want, because I broke it up, I'm going to just do this first. Breathe out. Alright, still your beach ball. I'm sinking, opening up both of my hip flexors. This time I'm just going to move one arm at a time. Breathe out. When I say move one arm at a time, drop your elbow. Breathing out, still breathing. Feel the connection still between your hands. And in. Breathe out. So I drop my elbow. I'm experimenting something I'm not telling you, but I am experimenting something that I'm working on. In. Breathe out. Just one on each side. Breathing in. So remember to still tug away and lifting and sinking. Keep your tongue at the top of your mouth. And breathe out. Right, let's put everything back into your lower abdomen or your tummy. Breathe out. I've stopped calling it dantian. The there's reason for it. Okay, just to finish off, just want you to give your knee, I don't know how much you worked, you know, it's quite a lot of leg work, and just want you to circle your knees. So breathe, so you go in, breathe out, breathing in, breathing out. So I'm trying to keep my spine, so I'm not looking at you now. I'm focusing on keeping my spine nice and neutral. Keep them open. I don't know how many I've done neither, I've lost count. Okay, let's just go the other way now. Breathing in, out, in, so you bend them, circle, little circle. You do straighten up your knees, but you don't lock them out. So you do straighten up a little bit. Breathing in, out, breathe in, breathe out. Let's have two more. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and breathe out. And slowly come up. Right. Back to your parallel stance. I just again want you to stand here. If you can sing, sing. And just go to sleep if you want. Close your eyes and just breathe. You know, you can focus on a few things if you want. Make sure that, you know, maybe you want to focus on how to get your chest as, you know, empty as possible. Dropping your shoulders, or maybe you want to work on finding your tailbone to your heels, wherever it is. Or you just want to practice opening your hip flexors. Just a little bit. Breathing in, just keep breathing. Breathing out. And in. And close. Breathe in. And breathe out. Alright, okay. There we are. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Oh, good morning, Patrick. You are here. And who